Hi everyone, this is Neelima, Aptitude trainer from DURGASOFT. Today let's discuss one very important topic from reasoning, which is data sufficiency. It is very important when you are going for a higher level of competitive examinations, because generally you come across some questions coming from data sufficiency. Once after you are very perfect with all the topics in reasoning, then you can go for this data sufficiency, because in this data sufficiency we will be coming across different kind of questions from different topics. Like you may be getting questions from ranking test, blood relations, coding, decoding, like some topics. So if you are good with all this kind of topics, then you can go start with the data sufficiency. All the problems will be from all the topics we will be getting the questions from this data sufficiency. So let's try and solve some questions, then we may be getting some idea how to solve the questions. So let's start with the questions. I am taking first question from the blood relations. Here data, whatever the question will be the data. Here whatever the question he is giving will be the data, and whatever the options he is giving, options in the sense statement, he will be giving us two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. Among the two statements we have to find out which statement is actually finishing the question which he has given us. That means the examiner will be giving us an incomplete data. To complete that data, we have to see whether equation 1 or whether the statement 1 or statement 2 is sufficient to complete that given questions data. So this is what we are going to do here. So options, anyways you know, if you are going with the option A, that means only statement 1 is correct. Option B will be only statement 2 is enough or sufficient. Option C will be either 1 or 2. That means if you take option 1, you are getting the answer. If you take option 2 alone, you are getting the answer. Option D will be both 1 and 2 are not required. Option E will be both 1 and 2 are required. So this is how you can go with the options. So let's start with the problem. I am starting with the blood relations problem. So actually question is like, here how many children does M have? How many children does M have? It is asking how many children does M have. This is the question. It is an insufficient data. So we have to take the statements which can complete this insufficient data. So let's go to the statements. Statement 1. Statement 1 is given like H is the only daughter. H is the only daughter of X, who is wife of M. This is the first statement. Let's see the second statement also. Second statement is K and J are brothers of M. K and J are brothers of M. So this is the two statements I got, and this is the question, how many children does M is having. So to get the answer for this insufficient data, that is uncompleted data, which the statement among these two statements, which statement is going to help to complete that given question. So let's see here, when you are trying, just try individually. First try only one statement. If you are getting the answer, just go for the second statement also. We should not only get concluded that only one is enough. We have to even try second. So first I am trying, I want to know how many children does M have. So I am trying for the first statement. First statement, it is K is the only daughter. She is the only daughter. H is the only daughter of X. H is the only daughter of X, who is wife of M. who is wife of M in the sense this X itself, she is wife of M. That means M will be a female. The symbols we have already discussed in blood relations. If you have any confusions, just watch my blood relations video, you will come to know what is actually, right? So H is the only daughter of X who is the wife of M. So from this I came to know that X is having, that means we need to know about M. M is having H as only one daughter. Only daughter in the sense the couples are having only one girl child, but there will be some other male childs also. If it is given as only child, that means the couple is having only that one particular child. If it is given only daughter, that means couples are having only one female child and they may have other male childs also. So here it is given, here it is mentioned only about the female child, but we don't know, we did not get the information about the male child. So only statement 1 is not sufficient. So let's go for the statement 2. Statement 2 is like K and J are brothers of M. K and J are brothers of M. That means these two persons are going to become a brothers of M. With this statement 2, I don't have any use that how many children does M got. So with this we got a conclusion that only with one statement I am not getting the answer, only with two statement I am not getting the answer. If I combine 1 and 2 also I am not getting the answer. So my answer will be both 1 and 2 are not sufficient to give the answer for my followed question. So this is how you can go with the questions. Let's see other problem. Let's see the next problem from coding and decoding. Question is like, what is the code for sky in the code language? We should know what is the code for sky. This is the question, and let's see the statements. Statement 1. Statement 1, in a code language, sky is clear, is coded as or is written as DERERAFA, and the second statement is make it clear, is coded as or is written as DEGAJA. Right? This is the options we got. So from this he is asking for the code for sky. If we take only once in this kind of questions, when you are solving, if you got any confusion, you can also watch my videos of coding and decoding. Then you will get an idea how you can you are solving this kind of problems. We have already discussed that when we are doing the coding and decoding this kind of problems, we have discussed one particular point. Until and unless if I have two equations together, then only I can get a particular code for this given word. So I have to, anyways I have to use both the equations, because only with one single equation I will not be getting the answer. So if I am going with both the equations, I am just cancelling which is common in both the equations. I have clear common here, clear common here, I am just cancelling here, and here DE common, DE common. So from this I just got code for clear DE, but I wanted to find out the code for sky. But from these two equations I don't know what will be the code for sky. From this, if I consider the equation 1, from the sky I am left with RA and FA. So this does not give me a confirm answer for sky. So here my answer will be both 1 and 2 are not sufficient to give the answer. So in this kind of problems, minimum 3 equations we should have to get a particular answer for a code, or else even for 2 equations also you should have 2 repeated words, then you will get the answer, right? Let's move to the next problem. Next problem, we'll try and solve from ranking test. It is asking, the question is like, how many children are there between P and Q? It is asking how many children are there between P and Q. We have to know how many children are there in between P and Q in a row of children. So this is the question, and the statements are, first statement it is given as P is 15th from left in the row. P is 15th from left in the row, and second statement is like Q is exactly in the middle. Q is exactly in the middle, and there are 10 children towards his right. Towards his right, that means towards his right there are 10 children after Q. So this is my second statement. So let's find out which statement is sufficient. I have to find out how many children are sitting between P and Q. It is asked how many children are sitting between P and Q, right? So I have to find out how many children are sitting between P and Q. If I go with the first statement it is given that clearly P is standing 15th from left. That means he is standing 15th from left. That means P is 15th from left. Left in the sense from this side, right? P's position is given as 15. Only from this statement, only from first statement, I am not sure what will be my answer. So let's go to the second statement. What is second statement? Q is actually exactly in middle of this row. That means P is actually dividing the row into 2 equal parts, and there are 10 children standing after Q. That is, there are 10 children who are to right side of Q. That means if there is a Q here, then there are 10 children standing here, and Q is dividing the row into exactly 2 halves. It is given that Q is standing in the middle. So if 10 children are here, the same 10 children will be sitting here. So with this we come to know that total there are 21 students are in a row. So as 10 children are here, Q's position will be 11th. So it is, as it is 11th, this will be around 15. So there are as it is given 15 here, so there are 4 children who are sitting in the middle of P and Q. So from both 1 and 2 statements, I got a conclusion that there are 4 children sitting in between P and Q. So I need equation 1, at the same time I need equation 2. So both 1 and 2 equations are required to give an answer for this question. So let's move to the next question. Next question is again from blood relations. We are taking how T related to K. How T is related to K. We should know the relationship between how T is related to K. This is the question. Let's see the statements. Statement 1, it is given as R's sister. I am not writing the statement, I am just directly solving the equation. R's sister, I don't know who is that sister. R's sister J. R's sister is J, right? R's sister J has married T's brother. She got married with T's brother. These 2 persons are going to be wife and husband. Now T's brother L. This brother is given as L. Next it is asked who is the only son of his parent. That means this L is the only son of their parents, right? So this is the first statement I got. So from this first statement, I don't know what is the relation between T and K, because I did not get anything related to K here. So I have to definitely go for the second statement. If I go for the second statement, it is given as K is only daughter of L and J. K is only daughter of L and J. That means K is the daughter of L and J, only daughter of L and J. So from this is the only second equation. So I have to know how T is related to K. How T is related to K. Here it has been clearly given that K is the only son for this parents, right? If K is the only son, then obviously T will become a daughter, right? So T is obviously becoming a daughter, right? Now how T is related to K? How T is related to K? As we know the genders, from using these two equations we can get the answer, right? How T is related to K in the sense T will be a aunt, paternal aunt to K. So from using equation 1 and 2, we got the relationship between T and K. So for this question I required both 1 and 2 equations in the same time. So our answer will be both 1 and 2. Let's move to the next problem. Next problem, let's see from seating arrangements. If you have any confusion, just go and watch my seating arrangement videos. You will come to know. Next question, let's discuss. Here it is given as, what is the question is like, who is to the immediate right of P? Who is to the immediate right of P? Right in the sense this side. Who is to the immediate right of P among 5 friends? It has been given 5 friends, P, Q, R, S and T. Among these 5 friends, who is sitting immediate right to P? This is the actual question, right? So we have to find out by using all the statements which has been given. So let's see the first statement. And it is already clearly given that all of them are facing towards north. North in the sense they are facing in which direction I am right now standing, right? So now P's right will be obviously this side. So who is sitting immediately to P, immediate right of P, we have to find out, right? So let's see the first statement. First statement, it is clearly given that R is third to the left of Q. To Q's left side in the sense this side. To Q's left side, R is standing in third position. Third position will be this, right? And P is second to the right of R. To the right of R in the sense this side. To the right of R, P is second. That means P will be coming in this place, right? So this is the only first statement. From first statement, I clearly know that Q is the immediate right person to P. So first statement is alone is sufficient for me, but as it is a data sufficiency, I have to even go for the second statement. If we go for the second statement, if we see the second statement, what is second statement? Q is to the immediate left of T. Q is to the immediate left of T in the sense T's left. That means Q is to the immediate left of T, right? Then who is second to the right of P? Who is second to the right of P? P right side second place. That means P will be occupying this place. Who is second to the right of P? Right of P. So from this also I came to know who is sitting immediate right of P, that is Q. So from equation 1 alone I am getting the answer, from equation 2 alone I am getting the answer. So for this particular question, I can either select one equation or I can either select second equation. So from one equation alone I am getting the answer, 2 equation alone I am getting the answer. So this is how you can go with the data sufficiency related questions. Mainly from data sufficiency you will be getting questions from this ranking test, blood relations, coding, decoding and some kind of sitting arrangements, some related sitting arrangement questions. So from this particular 4 topics we generally get questions from this for this competitive examinations. So hope my data sufficiency topic has helped you when you are solving these kind of questions. Thank you.